Hey guys, so probably one of the most asked questions that Hannah and I get all the time is, I want to start running. How do I start running? I've never been a runner. I want to do a 5K. I mean, it's always about running. And the thing about running that I love is that it really, it can cost nothing. It doesn't require a gym. It doesn't require a fancy treadmill. It doesn't require anything but a desire to do it and a good pair of shoes. So that's the very first thing that you need to just think about, is that, hey, running is for everybody. And there are various vast different fitness levels that can attain the goal of running. So today it's all about running. I'm going to show you how to get started and show you something to put in your belly before you go out on your long run. So let's go to the kitchen first. Hey guys, okay, so before you start on your big run, one of the things you need to do is fuel up your body. Anytime you do any kind of intense cardio, you gotta have some energy. So this is one of my most favorite things to eat, like before I do some kind of really intense working out where I'm gonna need that quick energy storage. Now for me, I like to eat about 45 minutes to an hour before I work out. It just gives my body a chance to digest it a little bit, and this is a little bit heavy. So you can always cut this in half. The total calorie intake for this is 310 calories, and it's super simple. It's 3 ingredients. So this is kind of my version of avocado toast. That's like super popular right now. It's an Ezekiel muffin, which these are found in the freezer section of your grocery store. As a matter of fact, I'll just get the package out. They come frozen because there's no preservatives. This is the sprouted grain one. I guess I should show this one's better. Sprouted grain. They're really, really good. Again, they're 80 calories for a half. They have 15 carbs, 3 grams of fiber, 4 grams of protein. They're just really only a half a gram of fat. They're excellent for you. So I use a full one of those. I use a half a cup of egg whites, which is only 50 calories, and one of the Holy Guacamole minis, which is only 100 calories. And you're going to split this between the two, so it's essentially 50 calories of guacamole per dealio. So let's get started. Super easy. I got 2 little skillets here. I'm going to go ahead and get those started. You need one for your egg whites and one for your, you can always toast this in the toaster if you want. I don't have a toaster. I know, how weird is that? I do pretty much everything on the stove anyway. So we're just going to set that English muffin in there. I've got a little coconut spray oil that I like to use. I got this from Whole Foods. It's good because it's for medium or high heat. It's not going to smoke up. And it's like, it's all natural and all that good stuff. So I'm just going to spray a little bit on to my muffin, just a little bit. Just so that it's not super dry, because they are kind of dry. And then as this heats up, I'm just going to take my half cup of egg whites. I'm going to pour that into my little skillet. And then the thing about egg whites, I like to always make sure I have them nice and seasoned. One of my most favorite way is this is a little McCormick grinder. I have a bunch of different ones of these. I have a garlic herb one, a lemon pepper. They come in a bunch of different ones, but I like them because you just take the little top off, and it's a little spice grinder, and it's got all the spices you need. It's got rosemary, red pepper flakes, dehydrated onion, thyme, oregano, all the good Italian stuff you need. So I just like to just give just a couple twists of that right into those egg whites. That's just going to really season it up quite a bit. And then we're just going to cook this. So check back in just a minute and I'll show you how to assemble it as we go. Okay guys, so I've got my 2 Ezekiel muffins out of the skillet. They are nice and toasted. And then we've got our egg whites right here. And I just did it in a little, little half moon, little omelet, and super easy. Kiddos. I got 2 little chi-chis down here. You just cut that in half, just like this. Super easy. You get 2 little triangles. Nothing fancy. All right. So those are there waiting for us. Now, I'm making this actually for Ben because he's getting ready to go on a run because he has a half marathon next week. So I'm making this up for him. I'm going to add a little bit extra calories. This is a way if you want to add a little bit more calories to this, you can. This is optional. It's a 35 calorie wedge of French onion, Laughing Cow. You can add any flavor you want. I find that with these, though, really, to be honest with you, they all kind of taste the same. So it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to take half a wedge on each side. I know you're thinking, oh my God, this is weird. French onion and guacamole. It is kind of weird, but it's delicious. It just adds another layer, and for Ben, it's gonna give him, so this gives him about 350 calories before a nice big run, which is gonna give him lots of energy. This is the spicy version of the holy guacamole. Again, I'm literally cutting it in half, scooping it out on each side. Macintosh, please. You're ruining the video, dude. They're such attention stealers. Just kidding. All right, so you're just spreading that guacamole out on each side. Super, super easy. And then you're just gonna take your little halves of egg whites and you are going to, excuse my fingers, you're gonna put each little half right on top. And then if you wanted to really bump this up to make it a meal, you could also add a little side salad. I would just do some mesclun mix with a little bit of olive oil and lemon juice, cherry tomatoes, red onion, some sesame or some sunflower seeds, done. And then you have, for about 500 calories, a full meal that is going to give you lots of energy. Another good trick is maybe only eat half. Eat half, wait 30 minutes to your run, put this in a Ziploc bag. It'll be nice, and it'll probably still be steamy when you get home. Eat it when you get home on the tail end of your run to kind of refuel. So it's really kind of up to you. A couple other things that are essentially no calories you can add to this. Some Cholula hot sauce, which is delicious. Or I also like the Frank's Red Hot Wings. Now these do have some sodium in them, but you're about to go sweat a ton, so a little sodium is not going to kill you. And we're talking about drizzling it just a little bit. As a matter of fact, just to make sure it's nice and seasoned, I'm bringing a pinch of sea salt right in the top. And then you finish it with a little cracked pepper. Super easy. And there you go. That's my version of avocado on toast. And I don't think Ben will mind. I'm just going to taste it. I'll let you know what it tastes like. That is so good. Go try it. It's so easy. Even if you substituted the spicy for regular, I think kids would like this. Like, I mean, especially if you just like called it something fun, you know, with the green guacamole and everything. I'm telling you, like green eggs and I don't know. Figure out a fun name. Leave it in the comments and let me know what a fun name this would be for kids. Yeah, I like this. All right, so go make it. Next, I'll show you how to run down. Good. All right, guys, so now that your belly is nice and full with that awesome avocado egg white toast, and you're feeling nice and strong and ready to go, you can either do this particular workout outside on a track or inside at the gym, in your home, on a treadmill. And I happen to have a treadmill in my house, so instead of going outside, I'm gonna show you how to do this inside, since most of us do, you know, with it being still kind of cold outside, we do use a treadmill at the gym or at your home or something like that. So I wish I could take credit for this, but this is actually how Hannah and I both learned how to run, and we learned it at the ranch. We had the most amazing trainer that is one of Jillian and Bob's trainers, himself. His name is Chris Ross Lane. Hey Chris, little shout out. I will link his Instagram down below so you can all give him some love. We called him Cardio Chris because he always came to the ranch and did amazing cardio workouts with us. And one of the very first things he did with us was teach us how to run. And we walked onto the ranch October 1st. I ran my first 5K on Thanksgiving morning. So in about, you know, a month and some change, a month and a half, almost 2 months, I was running a 5K without stopping, and this is how I did it. So what I'm gonna teach you today is really quickly and really easily. It's called a rundown. And essentially what it's gonna do is it's going to teach you how to run for 30 minutes. So a couple things you need to know. One, make sure you stretch before you start. It is super, super important, both before you run and after you run, to stretch. There are tons and tons of running stretch out workouts online. Fitness Magazine has a bunch. Just get online, Google it, YouTube it. I'm sure there are a million YouTube stretching videos. Maybe at another time, we'll delve into that a little bit, but today we're just gonna get to the rundown. So after you've stretched, you have a water with you, you're nice and hydrated, you've got some food in your belly, we're gonna start the rundown. The first thing, you decide what speed for you works. A really good rule of thumb is, you know, something that challenges you a little bit but doesn't feel like you're just gonna be annihilated in the beginning. So I think for a beginner, anywhere between a 4.2 and a 4.5 is a good slow running pace. And essentially what I say when I mean running pace, it's kind of like a little bit quicker than a shuffle. So you're going to run on a 1% incline, because you never want to run on a completely flat. So make sure that treadmill is up at a 1%. And then you are going to run for 10 minutes at 4.2. That's right. 10 minutes without stopping. Now, if that is still too fast for you, you can lower it down. I started at 4.2. I was able to shuffle through that for 10 minutes. The idea is that you do not stop for 10 minutes. Anybody, I don't care who you are, if your hair was on fire, you could run for 10 minutes. So you run for 10 minutes straight. At the end of that 10 minutes, you're just going to stop and walk at a slow pace. I'm talking like a 2.5, a slow pace. You can choose however long you want to walk. If you want to walk for 10 minutes, walk for 10 minutes. Get that heart rate back down to where you feel kind of composed and back in your body. A good kind of starting point, I think, is 5 minutes. That's where I started. So I ran for 10 minutes, walked for 5 minutes at any slow pace you want. After those 5 minutes are up, you're going to amp that treadmill back up to that whatever running speed you chose to begin with and run for 8 minutes. Then you walk for 5 minutes. Then you run for 6 minutes. Then you walk for 5 minutes. Then you run for 4, walk for 5, run for 2, walk for 5, and then you're done. So in essence, what you have done is you've ended up running total 30 minutes. Now it may take you an hour and 15 minutes. It may even take you an hour and a half to get through that first little chunk of running and walking. Now, each time you do this rundown, which I suggest doing it maybe once a week, twice a week in the beginning, you're going to shave out that walking time. So maybe the next time you do it, you walk 4.5 minutes. Then the next time you do it, you walk 4 minutes. And you keep whittling it down until it gets closer and closer. And eventually you're going to get to a point where maybe you run 10 minutes, walk 30 seconds, run 8, walk 30, run 6, walk 30. And then that next time you run the entire 30 minutes. Now, another good way to challenge yourself is each time you do it, you're going to also decrease the time. You're going to try to increase just by a hair the speed until you finally get up to a point. My goal was I wanted to run for 30 minutes at a 6.0. So now anytime I get on the treadmill, I've worked my way up to that and I can run at a 6.0 for 30 minutes. And you get it done super quick. And it's great. So it's a really, really easy way to get into running. It's an easy way to build up to a 5K. A lot of people do couch to 5K programs. Just take your time. It doesn't happen overnight. You'll have little bumps along the way. You'll have little things that kind of like hurt and you're sore. That just means you're using your body. So whatever you do, stick with it. I promise you this works. It's like running for dummies 101. And what are you waiting for? Get out there. Let's get running. If you have any questions about any of this, if it's been confusing or anything, please leave it in the comments. I will be checking back tomorrow to answer all your questions in the comments. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, share these with your friends. Like the more you share these, the more we know that this is the kind of content that you guys want. If you have any videos you want to see next, also leave that down below in the comments and stay tuned. My next video coming up is going to be a skincare video. It's very highly requested and I just wanted you guys to know we love you so much and I will talk to you soon. Bye guys, get running.